Hello Capricorn, it's Steph at Finding You Tarot, and I hope you're all well and enjoying these last now couple of weeks of Pluto in Capricorn. Some of you will have seen the video I did about that last week, and I thought actually it was worth doing a video this week on the new moon in Capricorn on the 11th, so Thursday, and Mercury actually on Sunday the 14th goes into Capricorn as well. So it feels a little bit like all of the it's like the brakes are being taken off for Capricorn one by one, kind of, sort of incrementally. So I thought I'd have a look and see what the energy says about this coming week, because I feel like it's going to be a lot about you and how you put yourself into the world, how you see yourself within the world, your individuality and what you have to offer. So let's take a Sacred Destiny Oracle card and see what message comes out here. Okay. Right, so the card that's come out is, I don't know if you can see that, it's quite dark. Flexibility. So this feels to me like it's, about, adapting to circumstances, but also it feels like being open to change. Just looking closely at the card. And it's also, I'm being really drawn to the fact that the tiger is sort of stepping out from the shadows as well. Because, tigers are actually quite sort of, they know when is the moment to hide, and when the moment is to step out. And it feels like there's a moment coming here for you where it's almost like you step into the light here. That there's this sudden, out of the shadows feel coming for you, Capricorn. Just going to look at the Sacred Creators Oracle, because it's a really good deck for, inspirational nudges and what you can kind of do or where you need to focus your efforts. Because I feel as though there's something here about your energy and what you give your energy to. There's authenticity here as well. There's something strongly about you being in your element too. Yeah. And being in your element, creator, earth, grounding, getting out into nature. It's winter here in the UK, so you don't really want to be going out in the freezing cold and gardening and stuff, but if there's some way that you can make a connection with the earth, that means there's no kind of concrete or asphalt between you and the earth, I think that will be really helpful. Just being able to look at how things grow as well. I'm being reminded actually that, I was on Twitter this morning, having this thread with somebody about trees and their kind of bare bones, when the leaves are off. There's something so beautiful about just being able to see the structure as the tree is bare. And, and understanding that's the tree. The leaves are an adornment, they're a part of it, but they're not the tree. The tree stands even though all of these other things fall away. So it feels to me like there's something here about renewal and regeneration, and needing to connect with that on a practical level. So try, if you can, to get out into nature and understand the essence of nature, and its need for constant renewal. There could be something here about you needing, or you suddenly wanting to have a sort of to look at how you present yourself to the world. There could be just something a bit more flamboyant here, because the colours here are very beautiful, and it feels as though there's an almost a sort of brighter days ahead feel. But a very strong kind of message of that you're going to have to go with this. You're going to have to go with it. So if you're suddenly in that space of thinking, I really need to, I need to align myself with what it is I want. Perhaps you've been in a space where you haven't had any new clothes for years or whatever, or makeup or whatever, or your hair hasn't been, and you're suddenly thinking, I need to align myself in a different way with what it is that I want. Then, Spirit is kind of saying, do that, do it, have that open-mindedness about how you can present yourself in the world. But it's not just about your appearance. It is about, although your appearance can affect how you feel and how you show up, but it is also quite strongly about your your energy, and your confidence, and how you anchor yourself. Again, I'm being drawn back to the tree. Anchoring yourself, rooting yourself, knowing who you truly are and who you're not. Very important to know who you are not. So, perhaps if you're trying to be something that you're not, then this message is saying that, it doesn't serve you to try to be something that you're not. Your strength is in your authenticity and your own unique gifts and talents. And everyone has a sort of, everybody is a melting pot of their own unique gifts and talents. And it's how we value them and nurture them and show up with them that defines us. And if we try to suppress them, that can cause all sorts of problems. Okay, so we're starting off with the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands is a very, very kind of passionate energy. This is, I think Spirit's asking you to kind of get passionate about yourself. After what might have been a very barren period in your life, we've got the sand dunes here, and there's no growth. There's been, there's where he is, there's no growth, but that's not where he's going. He's going somewhere else. And it feels like, yeah, as I said right at the beginning, with Mercury going into Capricorn with the new moon, like the levers are being pulled off, and there's going to be this sudden sort of surge of energy around you. We've got two there. We've got another knight here, but a less fast-moving one, And so I wonder whether I think this came up in the Pluto reading as well, this combination. it feels like, you know, you've kind of limited yourself because of, you've been limiting yourself because of disappointment and heartbreak. This could be romantic, but I feel like there's something here about you now, just feeling almost like, you know, kind of, and a bit unfathomably kind of go-getting about things. I feel like you've been stuck in this, in a mere nothingness energy for a really long time now, and perhaps processing some disappointments. But it's kind of, but now it's like, it's kind of go, 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 and but it almost feels like really, really surprising for you. But, you know, again, flexibility and being brought back up to that card. It's like, well, go with it though. Go with it. It's happening for a reason. I don't want that. Okay. Yeah, justice. And so we've got, yeah, karma's been at work here. I've been getting this for you for a while, Capricorn, that it feels like, you know, you've been given a period of stagnancy in order to process the things that you have needed to process, in order for you to move into a new truth, a new clarity, and also to, you know, maybe kind of maybe dump some of your karma. You know, rebalance the scales here. There's a rebalancing. So of course, with, you know, with kind of rebalancing, we're looking at the Six of Pentacles, we're looking at temperance. It just feels like there's a strong, because, and with this coming in at the bottom of the reading, a sort of underpinning subconscious element to it, that there's this sort of kind of strong sense that you've been held back in order that you can move forward. But now you can. You've got the green light with this Knight of Wands. You've got the green light for you to move forward. It is kind of go, go, go. But this is a bit jarring because, you know, you're going for, we've got the Knight of Wands here, but I think what you've been used to recently is this sort of, these kind of with this Knight of Cups, the river in the way, the cliff face in the way, the kind of, well, how do I get up there? How do I get across that river? How do I get up that cliff face? You know, and so, but there's something here about obstacles all just being just sort of cleared out of the way, because there are no obstacles here to this Knight of Wands. The horse is reared up because he's holding the reins back. So it might be almost that you can't quite believe that finally this period of stagnancy is over and you can just get on with it now. But also there can also be a bit of a kind of fear of a sudden burst of energy, a sudden burst of movement, you know, this sort of kind of sudden, you know, oh, look at that. Look at that. So we've got the Knight of Wands as well. So we've got three knights on the table already. And the Knight of Wands is quite a chaotic energy, and you know, and it's come out with the Nine of Pentacles, which is a very independent energy. I feel as though this Knight of Swords, I think it's what I was saying. It's this sort of, after a period of stagnancy where you're perhaps in that sort of that independent energy of thinking, okay, right, I know what's what. I'm here. I've got, I know what I've got. I'm just, chugging along nicely, independent, and not, nothing kind of shaking me, and but nothing's really moving. And then suddenly we've got this this Knight of Swords coming in, which is a really kind of again another go chaotic energy. And that horse is not rearing up, that horse is galloping forward. So and it's kind of coming straight towards the Nine of Pentacles. And I wonder if with these, with this, it feels to me like this is a call to action. This is to sort of shake you out of whatever sort of stagnant situation that you're in. And it's to also shake up your beliefs about yourself. So it could be that the situation that you've got, which is kind of, hurtling towards you with these two very fast moving knights going straight, let's show you, heading straight for the Nine of Pentacles, which is pre-Empress energy, incidentally. It could be that you're about to, experience a situation where you're asked to step up in some way. That could be professionally. It could also be that you suddenly have two people fighting over you. Now, this could be in a professional context. It could be in a romantic context as well, because this Knight of Cups is here as well. But it feels like there's something here that feels a little bit unexpected. But again, I'm being reminded we have justice at the base here. So this is all kind of divinely guided and divine ordering. And if two people are going to come at you at once, or two jobs are going to come at you at once, then what Spirit is asking you to do here is to use your discernment. Use what you have learned in this period where you have had to look deeply within and process your past and process what has not worked for you, what has broken your heart, what has disappointed you, in order to make the correct choices here. And you know what? There might be I'm being told here to say this. There might be two knights hurtling towards this pre-Empress here, but there are three options. There are the options of the two knights, but there's also the option of remaining independent. I think there's something here, Capricorn, about not taking something just because it's on offer. It's about you knowing your own mind, knowing your own worth, and knowing what is good for you. And perhaps this was the learning, this was the lesson for you. One of these nights, I feel as though, and this is Knight of Swords here. So the Knight of Wands is holding back a little bit, but the Knight of Swords is ploughing on. But he's ploughing on the Knight of Swords is ploughing on into a headwind, a strong headwind, which is sort of kind of slowing him down. But he's very determined. So it could be that one of these one of these people might be a new person, and the other might be somebody who is coming back with determination, but also knowing that there is an obstacle here. Or this could be an old, or in terms of work, it could be that it's the same sort of story for career. It could possibly be, if this is career related for you, it might be that that there's a new job or an option to go into to take some sort of improved package in a current situation. But there is also, I can't get away from it, there is this nine of Pentacles here, which is the card of the entrepreneur. So there is an option to go it alone as well. But sometimes in life it's difficult. If we have too many options, we tend not to do anything. But Spirit is asking for action from you, but with using your discernment, using what you have learned. Yeah, there feels like there's collaboration here and potential in that collaboration. These three pentacles don't, they're not gold, and they're the only pentacles in the suit. It's the only card in the suit that doesn't have gold pentacles. And so it sort of represents the potential of this grouping, this collaboration. It could be some sort of creative project, because this is a stonemason here. But I'm also being drawn here. If you look down into the corner of this this Nine of Pentacles, that there are the three pentacles, but gold behind her. So it could be that someone's offering you some sort of job or project or collaboration, which actually you have everything that you need in order that you can do it yourself. You can give yourself everything that this option, that this opportunity can offer you. You can provide for yourself. It's already there, but these three pentacles are behind her, so it's almost like she's just not seeing them. I don't think you're necessarily seeing your own potential, and that's and earlier in the reading I was talking about how you show up in the world, and I wonder whether this is and I wonder whether this is to do with you actually maybe you've processed the stuff that has externally affected your life, but you haven't yet realized just what a precious gift you are. Yeah, because we have yet another card of healing and moving on here. We've got the Six of Swords, and I was very when that card first came out, I was very drawn to the grouping of the Four of Swords, which is a card of a very strong card of healing and renewal. I do think there are still some lingering doubts as to your capabilities or your deserving of success or happiness, but these are to do with you carrying, taking these old swords into the future. I think here what Spirit's asking you to do is to make a decision, to choose whether when you leave this boat, whether you're going to pick those swords up and take them with you, in which case you carry the burden of them, or whether you are just going to leave them on the boat and walk away unburdened. Because there's huge potential here, but I'm not 100% sure you see it. There's a lot of issues around confidence, but it's really funny because there are people coming, there's the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Wands. These are both kind of quite cocky, confident energies hurtling towards you. So you're attracting them in. So it's almost like you've got this kind of light that is shining out, but you're the only one who can't see it. And, asking for an additional message from Spirit, we've got the Emperor. We have the Emperor and the Ace of Swords has come out. So the Ace of Swords is about truth and clarity. The Emperor, Aries energy, he's the go-getter. I think Spirit's asking you to see yourself for who you truly are. See your gifts for what they are, and actually make them work for you. There's in this three of, the Emperor, the Emperor wants what he wants. The Emperor wants for nothing. He has everything he wants because he just goes and gets it. And so there is an energy here with this Ace of Swords of just being able to kind of cut through all of the crap and just say, right, that's what I want to do. That's what I'm going to do. And again, I'm being drawn here that, that perhaps, in collaborating with other people, that, you're kind of finding yourself a sort of safe place that feels comfortable, but you already have what it will offer you. It's already there, it's already there. So we've got the pre-Empress energy on the table, we've got the Emperor energy on the table, which is saying to me that Capricorn, you need to be much more balance between your masculine and feminine energies. And if perhaps you're that person who sits back a bit and says, oh, I don't know, I'm the one who's terribly capable, but I don't like putting my hand up, that Spirit is saying, put your hand up, ask for what you want, ask for what you deserve, or go and get what you deserve and start to really leverage those talents and leverage those skills for yourself, because you might well have been doing this for other people, and what's it got you? It's got you a bunch of swords that you're just carrying about that you don't really need. So put them down, leave them in the boat, and go and get what you want. And actually this new moon gives you that option to do it. What's quite interesting here is there's no moon on any of these cards. So it feels as though, you could use the new moon symbolically as a reset, but you don't need it. I think what I've just said, in the last half hour to you, you already know all of this. You don't need me to say it. It's just that there is this lack of. It feels like it's a lack of confidence. This combination is confidence. And that's what Spirit is asking you to have, Capricorn. And with Mercury going into Capricorn on the 14th as well, it gives you the option to be able to speak up as well, to find your voice and to get your voice heard in the world, which is really hard because, there's so much noise in the world. There are so many people talking, and so it's tempting to sit and think, oh, I just won't say anything. Well, If you don't say it, nobody's going to say it for you, Capricorn. And there will be plenty of people who will be very, very, very happy to take your talents and gifts and use them for their benefit. But when are you going to start using your talents and gifts for your benefit? Okay, Capricorn, that was a bit of a kick up the butt from Spirit. But you know what? It's a great time for you to really start to push yourself forward, uncomfortable though that may feel. Uncomfortable though that may feel. Because this Emperor, you know, he sits on this stone throne, he's wearing his armour. It doesn't look like a comfy seat. But he's, you know, but that's where he's meant to be. You know, that's where he gets his reward. This is maybe going out of your comfort zone. I'm also being reminded of the Emperor in the Tarot Illuminati as well, where he holds out the orb, but the orb is actually the world. You know, so it's kind of the world is being held out to you. Do you want to take it? All right, Capricorn, hope that helped. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.